Morning, men. Craig here on my way to work to do another video for you. I'd like to talk to you this morning about letting go of your past. One of the things that I notice men struggle with more than most things is letting their past define who they are today. They see the way that they behaved in the past, they see the things they've done, the activities they've engaged in, the people they've hung around, and they see themselves through that same lens. They can't let that go. Maybe they've made some poor decisions, drunk driving, maybe they hurt somebody that was dear and close to them, maybe they had some sins that they struggled with and maybe still struggle with at times that caused them some deep pain, deep regrets in life. And they hold on to that. They can't let that go. They just continue to view those things as part of who they are. Well, I'm here to tell you guys that that's not the case. It's not true. You can let that go. You may not be able to forget it, but you can let it go. You can strip it of its power over your today and over your future. You are not defined by your past. The things that you did before, the man that you were in days gone by, that is not who you are today. And that does not have to define who you are today. It does not have to define who you are in the future. You are defined by the things that you do in the here and the now. If you did things in the past that are regrettable, things that you wish you may not have done, you have to accept that. Accept it for what it is, swallow it, and move forward. Learn from it. Understand that just because those things happened before doesn't mean that they have to happen again. And more so than that is that because they happened before, you're going to make damn sure that they don't happen again. You know, I like any man, have plenty of past discretions that are regretful for me. They're regretful. I wish they didn't happen, but they did, and they don't define who I am. You know, I once was a fat guy. I was fat. I was unhealthy. I could have chosen the path of victimhood. I could have said, you know, this is just who I am. This is my makeup. It's my genetics. There's nothing I can do about it. But I didn't let that define me. I said, no, enough is enough. I do not agree with this. This is not in alignment with my convictions, and I'm not going to continue down that path. I used to be a womanizing guy back in college and high school. You know, I met my wife, and God transformed my life, made me realize that was not behaving in a way that was pleasing to Him. It was not fruitful. It is not healthy for a man to do such things. And I quit. 6 months, my wife and I abstained from sexual relations before we were getting married, because I didn't let my past define me. I didn't say, well, that's how I've been living my life for so many years. There's no reason to change it now. No, I said that is enough. That does not define me. I am going to set a new course for my life. I'm going to chart a new path. And I did that. And so I want you guys to think about that, because I see too many men holding on to their past and letting it define their future, letting it set the trajectory of their lives. If you have things in your past that you regret, things that you wish didn't happen, things that you don't want to happen in the future, you are in control of that. You can make sure that doesn't happen. I mean, in a way, it is a blessing to go through things that are undesirable, because it can make you realize you don't want that to happen again and start taking the steps to make sure that it doesn't. You know, I see guys who have hurt others, who have hurt themselves, and instead of taking corrective action and doing what needs to be done to make sure that doesn't happen again, they continue falling into that same pattern over and over and over again, almost as if they don't have any control over it. But they do have control over it. You have absolute control over every aspect of your behavior, over every aspect of your life. You may have desires, you may have proclivities that are unique to you, that are stronger for you than they might be for me or for another man, but you still choose whether or not you act on those desires. And that is what a life of success is defined by. And when I say life of success, I mean a life lived in alignment with a man's convictions, a life lived with meaning and purpose. A life lived where a man gives the value that he has to give to the world. And all that successful life looks like is a man making decisions to act in ways that are in alignment with those desires most consistently, or more consistently than the men around him. That is how some men are more successful than others, and that's it. All of those men have past indiscretions. All of those men have things in their past that they could let define them. All of those men have things that they wish they didn't do, but they did. And all of those men push past it because they don't let their past define them. Do not let your past define you, brothers. You are not the sum of all of your past mistakes, of all of your past indiscretions. You have a chance today to start anew and set a new course. Start acting in ways that show you to be a man of integrity, show you to be a man who can exude the self-discipline required to act in ways that will actualize his life's desires. You have it within you. And if you do stumble, if you do fall, it still doesn't define you. It simply means you made a mistake, you learn from it, you dust off, you move on. So that's it, guys. Till tomorrow, this is Craig from thefamilyalpha.com and fraternityofexcellence.com. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at CraigJamesTFA and my boy Hunter at HunterDrewTFA. I'm out.